Hi everybody. Today I'm here to talk to you about how to do math activities with your child at home. I want to remember one thing as we're going through all of this. First of all, I want you all to remember that math is fun. You guys are the deliverers of the attitude towards math. If some of you have had a negative experience through your school years, I encourage you to put all of those negative experiences aside and be excited about math. Personally, I love math, so it's easy for me to get excited about it. I'm going to break this video down into 3 different levels. And the first level are for those children who really don't know their numbers 1 through 10 yet, and who can't yet count objects accurately. So the first place to begin is with sorting. Sorting is a math activity, and we can use Legos, coins, spoons, different kinds of paper clips, pencils, screws and nuts and bolts. There's so many different ways to sort. Children can sort by giving them a random number of objects. So we've got these objects, and can they first of all put all the green ones together, put all the red ones together, put the yellow ones together, the blue ones together. This could be matching, but if you had 3 of each, it would be grouping them. Very simple sorting. Another thing that's actually mathematical is patterning. And we want to begin with our youngest children with a really simple pattern. Red, green, red, green, red. Green, red, green, red. What comes next? Green, red. And see if they can do a simple pattern. You can always make more and more complicated patterns by doing 3 colors as a pattern. Or a little bit more complicated, red, green, red, red, green, red, red. So you can keep practicing different patterns to make it more interesting as they get better at this. So sorting and patterning are one of the first steps to doing math. And that all comes even before counting. So with counting, what we want to do is we can give them a certain number of objects, and they got a random number. It doesn't matter how many. Can they count and tell me how many there are? And one thing I like to do with young children is have them move it from one side to the other. And as they line it up, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 objects. Can they count 1 to 1 to 9? And that's actually moving it helps them organize it. Otherwise, they might be counting things. If they're just pointing, they can count the same object twice or skip one. This adds for accuracy. One of the really important things in math is you're really trying to instill a concept of accuracy even from the youngest ages. And here's another piece of advice in Montessori philosophy. Please do not correct them. If they said 8 for this and they left one out, please do not correct them then and there. The next time you're counting, you could say, oh, it's my turn to count. And they can count with you as opposed to correcting them. It's one of my favorite Maria Montessori quotes is, we want to teach teaching, not correcting. Another thing that you can do, so this is just to get one-to-one correspondence and actually saying the numbers 1 through 10. Once they can do that, or at the same time, what we can do is help them learn what we call their numerals. So this is the number 3, and this is the number 5. And for a child that doesn't know what this is, we use what we call a 3-period lesson. And we can use this 3-period lesson for numbers, for sounds, for animal names, for continent names, for just about anything that you want to teach vocabulary. So the way we do this is we just say, this is 3. And the first period is, this is. You're giving them the name. And for the youngest children, I never do more than 2 objects at the same time. This is 3. This is 5. Then I might say, can you point to 5? Can you point to 3? And if you notice, my finger's giving just a little bit of a hint. For younger children who are not yet getting it, you might want to give them the hint. Then you can slowly take the hint away. Can you find me 5? Can you find me 3? And this is a game they love to do. So close your eyes. You're going to say to them, open your eyes. Can you find me 5? Can you find me 3? Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Can you touch 3? Can you touch 5? Close your eyes. Where's 3? Where's 5? So it's always a question, and this is like a multiple choice question. Where is, point to, touch. You can even incorporate movement and say, can you take 3 and put it on the sofa? Can you take 5 and put it on the table? Can you bring me 3? And they have to keep that 3 in their mind and bring you the 3 and remember where they put it. So you're developing some working memory as you're playing these games. And working memory is going to come in really handy when they start to do long division, addition with carrying over. You're just strengthening that part of their executive functioning brain, and that's working memory. And this keeping a number in their mind can even be done if you're asking them to go to their bedroom and bring you a book. You can say, I want you to remember the number 14. Can you remember the number 14? As they go to their bedroom, bring back the book that you asked for, and still come back and tell you that that's 14. Now that takes effort on their part to keep that number in their mind and not forget it. So you're really strengthening some working memory, and they have a great time doing it. And they can do the same thing for you. They can tell you, Mom, can you keep number 8 in your mind while you go warm your coffee? So can you keep the number 8 in your mind? So they can do the same thing back to you. Now they may forget that they gave you number 8. They may forget 14. It's not the time to correct. You're just practicing and playing games with that. Math can be a lot of fun if we don't keep correcting. There will be a time where they learn it, and that's when you show them, when you're modeling it. So this can be done for all the numbers 1 through 10. So this is kind of what we do. And remember, with the 3, you could even say, this is 3. Can you give me 3 claps? Can you give me 3 jumps? Can you hop 3 times? Can you turn around 3 times? So you're incorporating movement, but you're still working just on the number 3. So there's lots of ways. And I really believe, after seeing the Facebook page, I know you all can be creative in thinking of ways that they can learn these numbers from 1 through 10. Now, I'm going to move on to the second group of children who know their numbers. When I say numbers, that they can count out 1 through 10, that they know this is 3, and they know that 4 comes after 3, and 2 comes before 3. That's really knowing the number 3. It's not just recognizing the number 3. It's not just giving me 3 of something. It's also knowing the sequence of orders. So the sequence of numbers. Once they can do that, what I would like to do is give them a mix-up set of numbers, and can they put them in order? So that's just the first step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I keep the 0 out. I'm sending it with you, but I wouldn't worry about 0. But if you are, I'll come back to 0 later maybe. So if they can do this, now you can do a lot more with math. We are sending home 1 set of animal cards, and what they can do with these animal cards is, and our younger children can just sort these. They don't even have to count them. So there are 4 lions. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there may be 10 dolphins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dolphins. And they can match that and put the 10 dolphins underneath the number 10. They might have to stack it because there may not be room at this table, but they'll get creative. And you can do this on the floor or on a rug. It doesn't have to be done on a table. So, and there's 10. Can they match all of these numbers, these animals, to the numbers? And that's the next step. And remember, our younger children can just sort them by animals. They don't have to do the number part of it. You can also say if there were 4 lions and 2 dolphins, how many are there total? You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I know you and I know that they can just keep 4 in their mind and count 5, 6. That is a really advanced step. Usually children around the age of 6 or 7 can actually do that. They're almost always going to start counting with 1 first, and allow them to. It's practice in counting. Don't steal this opportunity from them. They will one day discover that they can just keep 4 in their mind and go 5, 6. And that's a day of discovery. And when we show it to them, we've robbed them of discovery. So we really wait till children discover things. We don't want to teach everything to them. So there's that. We have a couple of sets of 1 through 10 for all of you. We've got the colored beads there. They know how to color this in from the classroom. We've got some blank ones that they can color in themselves. One thing I will tell you is most color pencil boxes or crayon boxes do not have gold and yellow. So what you can do is have them color the gold one in darker if they're willing to. If not, try a different color if they're really, objecting to it. I encourage you to do it that way, but the rest of them you'll be able to find. So I'm going to go ahead and clear these numbers. And for the children that are doing teamwork, we are looking for something that's appropriate to send home. I haven't found something that I really like that's easy for them to learn team numbers, but we are looking for that. The next thing that I want to talk about, so this is the middle level, working with 1 through 10 and teens. The next level is if they can do numbers in the hundreds onwards. That's the 3rd level. And we have this work that we are sending home. And this work has pictures of the golden beads, words with how many 10s and 1s, and the actual numeral. What I'd like you to do when you're at home is take out the section, cut these into individual cards, and take out the words because they don't need that. They might, some of our older children might be able to read it, but it's confusing. So we usually don't even present this with the middle set in them. We just use the golden beads and the numbers. Now, ideally, they would have golden beads in front of them, but we don't have that available to all of you. I wish we did. But the pictures will suffice. And what they can do with this is you mix the cards up. And I wouldn't do more than maybe 6 or 7 cards with 6 or 7 matching numbers at a time. I think I'm sending you like 30. They do not need to do all 30 every single day. What they need to do is like 5 or 6, and then they're done. We want this to be short, simple, and we want them to enjoy it. Doing 30 might be too much. And most likely it is too much. If they want to keep going, they may keep going. We are also sending home, I believe, a 100 board for those children that can count to 100. And we've got some fraction work for our older children who are already doing fractions. So reach out to us if you need help in knowing how to use those materials. But remember, math is everywhere. Math is not just sitting down and counting. Math can be movement. Math can mean adding. I do want to do some simple adding with Legos. And my guess is all of you have something like Legos or blocks or something to that effect at home. So I did the simple addition problem, but I'm going to show you some multiplication and division. I really don't want any of you to teach subtraction because subtraction is hard and it's a really difficult concept, but multiplication is fun. So if they know how to add, multiplication is just the same thing as adding. So if you had 3 and you were going to add another 3 to that, And then you're going to add another 3 to that. How many will it be? And the way that I teach this so that they can start seeing the concept of multiplication is we move it under and we move it over. So you get a rectangle or a square. A square is just a special rectangle. And the reason we do it this way is so that children can start seeing that multiplication is nothing more than rectangles. So now they can count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 sets of 3 is 9. What are 4 sets of 3? I don't know. Could we add another set and see what it is? How many do you think that's going to be? Have them guess, have them estimate. And even if they say it's 24, it's okay. What you're trying to do is when they count it out, they'll see it's 12. You're just trying to get them more and more accurate with making guesses. Making guesses is a really important part of math. It's called estimation, and we do it all the time in our lives. So I want them to start practicing estimation. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12. So that's multiplication. You can do it that way. You could also do it as 4 sets of 3 is the same thing as 3 sets of 4. I wonder how many there are now. And they will still count it, and that's okay. Even if they saw you move it, they are still going to count it, and that's really okay. So lots of fun to do with multiplication. Division is even more fun. What I like to do with division is I'm going to have a story of, I have a lion and 1 dolphin. And you could use dolls, you could use their little cars, you could use little Lego people, I'm not sure, little Polly Pockets. You could use anything for this, but you need 2, let's say, and you might even need 3. So let's take another animal. What other animal do I have here? I have a dog, okay? So now I'm going to take a bunch of Legos. I'm going to have 18 Legos. And I'm going to try to keep them all the same color. It just makes it easy and doesn't confuse them as much. So I'm going to take out 18 Legos, 18 yellow Legos. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they can be doing this while you're doing other things. You could ask them, take out 18 Legos and come find me when you're done. And you could be taking care of the younger brother or younger sister. One thing that's also really important is with math, with language, with practical life, you do not have to sit with them the entire time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to encourage you to set them up and they can come find you if they need your help. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 18 Legos. And I'm just using 18 as an example. You could choose any number you want. But I'm going to tell them the story of there's a lion, there's a dolphin, and a dog. And we need to give them the same amount of Legos for each animal. How would we do that? How would we share all these Legos, all these 18 Legos with these 3 animals? And we teach them like this. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. So division is the concept of sharing equally. And remember, children this age do not like it if one person gets more than the other. So they're all about fairness. So how much? So we had 18 Legos and we divided them or shared them with 3 animals. So the answer in division is how much did 1 animal get? So the one lion got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. They don't have to write it. They don't have to see it written, but they're understanding what movements they need to make to understand what division is. So it's pretty cool. You don't have to have golden beads. You can do it with Legos. You can do it with cards. You could do it with spoons. You could do it with marbles. You could do it with so many things. I encourage you to get creative and try some of these lessons and reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you so much.